All right. Since you know what? Okay. Can we ever get the village back?
Okay.
I was thinking about that. Um, I was in the store the other day. Me and Say was out there. You know, he went away to a summer camp, so we went in the store messing around. You know, he comes with me in a couple of days, etc. And we were just having a conversation, and I forgot exactly what was said, but I know that we often have conversations talking about it takes a village, blah blah blah, you know, etc. And it had started me thinking, when we make that statement, is that simply nostalgia, where we're reflecting on something positive that we had years ago, and not facing the reality that those times aren't coming back? You know, in today's day and age, the way families are and the way we interact with each other, like you said, on social media, you know, it's not as much face to face time as it was before. Is that just something that we could look back on fondly, but that those times are gone?
Well, those times are gone, and I'm gonna tell you the reason why they're gone, and I'm gonna tell you how we can get it back. The reason, and think about when you were young, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you on your block, right? You had a block captain,
Mm.
right? You had, uh, or they would set up days when y'all would come out, where everybody would come out their house and have a
Clean the
street
neighborhood, right?
cleaning.
Yep.
You know
Paint
what
the
I'm
dirt.
saying?
Yep.
Everybody would
Yeah.
take care of their property.
Mhm.
Everybody would like paint the curb. It was a community back then.
Mm. Mm.
It was, now I ain't gonna front. It was fucked up back then
Hmm.
too, but
Hmm.
we was fucked up together.
Correct.
You get what I'm
Correct.
saying?
Correct.
Like everybody, when you was getting free cheese, right?
Mm.
Or when the free. No, I'm just saying,
I
like,
know. I know some
the free cheese and the free shit
oatmeal
and
or
the
whatever it was.
powdered
Right. Yeah.
milk and all that
Right.
bullshit. It was no, we people got that shit as a community.
Correct.
You know what I
Correct.
mean?
Mm.
And if you needed some, or if you didn't have some, oh yeah, we got this, we
Right.
got that, we got this. You know what
Hmm.
I mean?
Come on over and get send
And
Larry over to get it. Right.
right, you get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And the thing is, even though we was fucked up back then, we was fucked up together. We was
Mm.
still together.
Right.
Like your neighbor, when you came home from school, let's say you got locked out, right?
Mm. Mm. Right.
You could go knock on your neighbor's door and say, Miss,
Amen.
Miss Jeanette or Miss
Right.
Jessie,
Right.
I'm locked out. Can I stay? They
Mm.
say, yeah, baby, come on over.
If they didn't
And
have
then
a
you,
key,
huh?
if remember what
If they
sometimes
didn't
they
have a
never had
key,
the key.
right, right.
Right.
If they
Right.
didn't have a key, they might have
Right.
had a spare key. And
Hmm.
then they invite you in, may give you
Feed
a
you.
sandwich or
Right.
feed you, and
Right.
here, do your homework until your
Right.
parents get home.
Yep.
Or if you got in some trouble
Hmm.
and the neighbor found out, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
All that shit.
Yeah.
But
Right.
now, see, then came, then they flooded our neighborhood. Even though we ain't had shit, right?
Mm. Mm.
They said, no, they still together. They
Mm.
still together, and they still a community.
Which is
We on
powerful.
we gotta
Which is powerful.
that right. That kind of shit will rise up. So we gotta
Mm.
fuck all that up.
Wow.
So next thing you know, here come the cocaine, here come the crack, and all that shit, right?
Mm.
Just think about this. When we were back in the 80s, did you know anybody that had a plane or a boat?
Nope. On Miami Vice. Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They flooded our neighborhoods with that shit. Remember Oliver North
Yep. Yep.
and the
Yeah.
Contras and all that?
Yeah.
That shit is real, man. They plan this shit out years in advance.
So do
Then
you
we
think
had
though? Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
hmm? No,
Go
no,
ahead.
no. Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
So with all that being said, I mean, do you think that, you know? So you said that you're going to tell me how we get it back. I mean,
We
so
we
with that being
lost
said,
3 generations,
mm,
right?
mhm,
Because we had babies raising themselves.
they didn't know what they were doing,
Then we
right?
had the grandparents raising the kids.
Hmm.
Then the grandparents is on crack. You know what I'm saying? We
Right.
lost like 3 generations, right?
Hmm.
And that's where we are today.
Mm.
Because the people that are adults now were those same kids who was in the street in the 80s,
Hmm.
who didn't have, had their parents around, mom and daddy on crack, brother,
Right.
sister on crack, everybody on crack, and this and that.
Hmm.
Now it's the same thing with the opioids. Now they affecting the poor white people
Mm.
with that shit as well.
That's why it's a
You get
problem.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now they got us all bunched together in this,
Right.
you
Now,
get what I
now,
mean?
now, Knight, I do think though, I think one of the differences is now is that we have a little more knowledge than we did before. You know,
But do we use it?
well, now that's a good point. You know what? Enough of us don't, but I do see though, Nike. I see a lot of people out there trying to do good. You know, trying to do good, and I think our generation, you know, and the generation but below us realize that that village and that community and how powerful it was, and I think we've come to a realization that we have to bring it back, that we have to work together. You know what I mean?
It's coming back, but we're not going to get it back as quickly as we
No,
lost
no,
it.
no. Agreed. I agree with that totally.
You get
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Because there are people. There's us. We got our
Right.
thing going.
Yep.
There's a few a few other people that I know off the top of my, like I was supposed to go yesterday to DC with the
I
Poor
saw the
People's
email.
Campaign.
Right. Mm-hmm.
They turned up yesterday, right?
Mm-hmm.
But see, it's going to take more than that.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
It's take like I've been preaching on this since we've been on. It's going to take we had, in order for us to make any type of change that will be um sufficient for us to make change, we have to hit their pockets. You know what I mean? Because that's the only thing. That's the bottom line to all of their shit.
See
They
what
don't
now?
want to lose. They don't want to
This is
lose
good.
money because they don't want to lose power.
But I think though, Nike, the things that we just mentioned though, I think what it takes to get the community back, I think it's us. I think it's us realizing
That's what I'm
that.
saying. Yeah.
So I mean, so I don't think it's a matter of hitting their pockets. I think it's a matter of us deciding to rise up and to come together. You know, screw them. I
Yeah, but
think
see,
that
that's the thing, Stace. We can't rise. We can't, as long as they up here controlling everything. We could say we want to rise up, or we can try to rise up, but they have everything on their side already. They control what you see. They control what you think. They control
well,
what you
not what
have
you think. They don't
access
control
to.
what you think. They don't control. No. Nobody. They can attempt to control what you think, but no one controls your mind but you. You control what you allow to come in. You control how
Stace.
you process it. I won't agree with that, Night. I don't. No one
The
controls
average
your
person.
life,
I'm talking about the average person
but I think we're you know we're
is
I mean,
programmed. Wait. Let me.
okay.
The average person is programmed through television,
Mm-hmm.
social media,
Yep.
the phones,
Right.
religion,
Mm-hmm.
the banking system, the government.
No, I agree with all of that, but even with
So as
all
long
of those with all of those outside forces, Nike, I still think the person that has the ultimate say in how they move around here is the individual, is the person. Like I said, I mean, yeah, you're right. Those outside forces are forces and they're influencers. But again, it's up to the person. It's up to us
it
to
is.
to.
But do you know how hard it is for a
It's
person to
very hard.
think outside the box?
It's
When
hard.
you got the
Agreed.
news media every day, bad
Right.
news, bad news, bad news, bad news, bad news, bad news, gas
Agreed.
prices. So I gotta choose whether I don't got time to think about what they doing to me,
Mm.
because I got to think about how to survive what they
Right.
doing to me. You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
True.
So now I gotta. Am I gonna pay for gas to get to work, or am I going to eat,
Mm-hmm.
or am I going to get another job so I can do both?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? So you
Yeah.
don't really have time to analyze what's going on. You're always in a reactionary mode. You're always reacting to whatever shit that they put in front of you. And
Mm-hmm.
that's what I'm saying, where it's going to be hard for us to change it unless it's going to be hard for
It is
us
hard.
to change it
Mhm.
until we take them out of power.
Mm.
As long as they're up here and they're controlling, they're pulling the strings to everything, it's going to be hard for us to get everybody on the same page.
Right.
And that's the problem.
Right.
That's the problem.
That's the problem. Right.
That's the problem right there.
Community. We
Getting
talk about
everybody on the
community.
same page. It's
Right.
going to happen,
Yeah.
but that is where we are right now, and that's what we have to do to change it. We got to get everybody on the same page.
Right. Right.
You know
Or
what
at least
I mean?
enough of us. You know,
Enough
at least
of us.
enough of
Right.
us. You know,
A majority of us.
a majority of us. Right. Right.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah.
But so to wind this one down, and I sounds like it sounds like we agree that
Mhm.
we do think that we can get that village back.
We can.
You know,
But
it's
going
gonna
to
take
take
work.
some
Oh,
time.
yeah.
It's going to take a lot of time.
It's a lot of time, a lot of work. You know,
But, you know,
um,
it's possible. But like I said, it's only possible if we take away money equals power.
mhm,
So we have to take away the money that we provide to them,
mhm.
and that will have an effect on their power. And
Mhm.
until we do that, you know,
They're gonna always be hovering around. Right.
right,
All
right.
right.